Sometimes you can look around and you see things that are physical realities, and you wonder, why did God do it that way? And almost every time I've sat down and thought about it, there's a spiritual application to everything. And if I don't see it, usually I'll come across it someday in reading the Puritans or something. But here's something. Let's say that tomorrow I'm going to leave for Europe and I'm going to just be preaching day and night for 4 weeks tomorrow. Okay? But I have to eat a very healthy diet now because of my heart and everything. And so here's what I've decided. I told Chado yesterday, are you going to the store? Yes. Well, I need this food. That's a lot of food you need. Well, I need it. So she buys it. So after I get done here preaching, I'm going to go home, and my plane leaves at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I have almost 24 hours. I'm going to eat for 24 solid hours. That way, I won't have to eat for 2 weeks, and I don't have to worry about having some specific food delivered to me while I'm preaching. Does that sound like a good idea? What's going to happen? Well, first of all, I'm going to get really, really sick. I'm also never going to want to eat again. After eating for 24 hours, I'm never going to want to see a piece of broccoli again. And if I can't accomplish that, at least within 2 days, what's going to happen? I'm going to be hungry again, and I'm going to be weak again, right? Now, what do we learn from that? It's the same way. You come in here, and Brother Anthony or Brother Luke, Brother Tucker, they've preached. You think you've taken notes, you've fed, that's good. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. You have to eat every day. You have to eat several times a day. Some of you should probably back off on the several. But you have to eat consistently. It's the same way. I would rather have you in the Word of God for 20 minutes, but reading systematically, reading from Matthew to Revelation, or from Genesis to Revelation, or reading through the book of Psalms, or reading through Proverbs, according to the need. Reading, meditating, thinking about what you're reading, asking people questions. You don't understand something? Look in the study Bible. If it's not in the study Bible, come to one of the pastors, someone who studies the Scriptures. Spend time in prayer. You say, well, I do pray. Well, let me ask you a question. And this, again, is very important. When you pray, is it just intercession? And I got several sermons on that because this is important. Intercession is only one thing. Hard work. If my prayer life was just intercession, I wouldn't last very long. See, that's where most people get it wrong. You get it so terribly wrong. You get down on your knees and it's interceding. It's interceding either for yourself, or it's interceding for your family, or it's interceding for Malaysia, or it's interceding for what's going on in our country. Intercession. Intercession is nothing but hard work, and it is not fun. It is a fight. It is a battle. It is hard. It is sweat, blood, and tears. It is grabbing a hold of the horns of the altar. I will not let you go. This must be changed. And if that's all your prayer life is, your prayer life won't last very long. Prayer is primarily, first of all, communion with God, delighting in God, talking to God. That's why my favorite, if it's not intercession, my favorite way of praying is seated at a table, or my best favorite way, just walking and talking to God, enjoying God. Just, God, I am so tired, or God, I'm scared, or God, that's the funniest looking animal I've ever seen. Why did you make an animal like that? It is literally enjoying God. It is loving God. It is being loved by God. It's talking to God. It's walking with God. It's communion. And out of that, out of reading the Word to feed, and out of praying for communion and fellowship and intimacy, comes forth the ministry of studying to preach. The ministry of what? Intercession. The ministry of counsel and of care and of evangelism. It flows out of that. Please learn that. You will be, and I use this word specifically, you will be a happy believer. A happy believer. I'm not afraid of that word. It's what you need. Just enjoy Him. Enjoy Him. And remember, no secular, no sacred. All sacred. All sacred. All sacred. Because He happens to be omnipresent. And He delights. He delights in seeing whatever conformity there is in us. He delights in the work of His Son. It's lovely. It's lovely. It's just so lovely.